No, grace is not unmerited favour. Grace is the conviction of God. It is the spirit of conviction. Now, yes, it is an unmerited spirit of conviction. There's nothing we have done to deserve the spirit of grace. He gives us the spirit of grace freely, but it is not the spirit of unmerited favour. It's the spirit of conviction. Now, when you go, you can read through Paul's letters, and off the top of my head, Paul says that you can do despite to grace. You can fail grace. You can frustrate grace. You can, there's another one. Do despite, frustrate, fail, fall short, I think is. There's a few different ones, okay? None of those, you can't frustrate unmerited favour. You can't fail unmerited favour. By definition, it doesn't make sense. But when you know that grace is the spirit of conviction, then it makes sense. Because God convicts all men. That's what your conscience is. When you think, oh, I shouldn't have done that. That was bad. I shouldn't have said that. Whatever. That's God's spirit of grace. So he convicts all men. And if you listen to that spirit of grace, and if you follow through with it and you obey it, then you start obeying God. Then you receive the spirit of truth. And then if you receive the spirit of truth, then you're actually going to be able to understand the Bible. Then you're supposed to fulfill the royal law. And if you don't fulfill the royal law after you've received the spirit of truth, then it gets taken away from you. See, the spirit of truth is the second comforter. The first, it's like it comes in two doses. The first is the spirit of grace. It's the conviction of God. Saying it's unmerited favour is exactly what Jeremiah 23 was prophesying of, saying, oh, the burden of the Lord, the burden of the Lord. And God says, don't say the burden of the Lord. That's what unmerited favour is. That's what your doctrine is. You're saying, so we must work for grace. No, I'm not saying that. It's just not unmerited favour.